Sandlot fans would know that was Squints talking about the old man across the street. I thought that was funny, but again, no matter to joke about with racism, but the NBA did what they did. Uh, like it or not, that's going to be the decision. So the Clippers will have a new owner soon. Uh, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Oprah Winfrey, all people who are looking to buy it or buy the team. So we'll see how the Clippers end up with the playoffs. And like I said, we'll get into the just regular sports action. A couple teams, two teams have punched their ticket to the second round. The Washington Wizards, 5 seed, beat the Bulls last night to advance. The Bulls were actually the 4 seed. Washington was the 5 seed. The Bulls, I really don't know what Derrick Rose is doing. Is he ever going to come back? One I saw on the internet, Donald Sterling will return to the NBA before Derrick Rose does. I thought that was funny too. But yeah, what is Derrick Rose? He's missing. He's all the players on the Bulls. Joakim Noah, it's their prime. I don't know why he's holding out on this injury. It can't be that bad. But maybe next season. So the Bulls are going home. Miami sweep the Bobcats as people expected. The other series are all pretty even. Indiana, the 1 seed, is down 3 games to 2 to the Atlanta Hawks. I don't know what's going on with Indiana. With Roy Hibbert, they're playing with no. It's obviously not a lack of talent on the team because they have tons of good players, a star in Paul George. So it must be something internal. Something must have happened in the locker room. Somebody was fooling around with somebody else's girl. Somebody stole something like that happened in my eyes. That's my opinion on the whole thing. Something like that happened. There's got to be like a riff in the locker room going on for them to play this badly, because it really is almost sad to watch a team that was so good during the regular season just fall apart like this and be one game away from losing in the first round after being a 1 seed and working so hard all season to get that 1 seed. The other series in the East is Toronto-Brooklyn. That's a good series right now, tied up 2-2. That could go either way to me. Sometimes the Nets look really good. They have all the stars with Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson. Some nights they look good. Paul Pierce hit the game-winning shot, doing what he was known to do for Boston. But then other nights they just look slow as molasses. They look like they're in their older 30s. And Toronto looks good when DeMar DeRozan is playing his best, Kyle Lowry, and the rest of the crew. So that's 2-2 right now. I think Brooklyn will ultimately take it just from the experience factor, but we'll see. And then out west, the Spurs and Dallas is closer than people thought, with Dirk Nowitzki winning 1 game basically for Dallas, and then Vince Carter hitting a game-winning 3. Another one, so that series is tied up at 2-2 apiece as well. A very fun series to watch right now is the Thunder and the Grizzlies. As you probably know, the Grizzlies knocked out the Thunder last year, but the Thunder's excuse last year was they didn't have Russell Westbrook, a healthy Russell Westbrook. This year they do, and he's been chucking up 30 shots, so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that he's there. The Thunder basically using Kevin Durant as a decoy. I don't agree with having your star player as a decoy, but it has them down 3-2 in the series, 1 game away from elimination, and that's the same thing as the Pacers. Like, you work so hard all season, and they might lose to a 7 seed being the 2 seed. Houston-Portland, that's another great series. Portland's up 3-1. Damian Lillard and LaMarcus Aldridge is the clear-cut MVP right now through the playoffs. He's had multiple double-doubles, 40-plus point games, 15-plus rebounds. Houston's played well, but they just haven't had enough to complete with the 1-2 punch of Lillard and Aldridge. And last is, of course, the Clippers and the Warriors, which probably going to be the most watched now just for the sideshow of it all. But when it comes down to it, the Clippers are still up 3-2 on the Warriors after winning last night. They came out obviously energized with the whole decision being done with. They felt like they could just play basketball, and they beat the Warriors. So, like I said, they're one game from moving on. I think they'll do it. I think they can make a run for the championship now because I think a lot of people are going to be rooting for them, though they have a reason to go out and win, kind of stick it to Sterling. So we'll see how that goes. And then on the ice, the teams that are moving on, the Canadiens beat the Lightning. They upset them. The Bruins beat the Red Wings. The Pittsburgh Penguins beat the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blackhawks beat the Blues. The Ducks beat the Dallas Stars. And the series still remaining is one in the East. The Rangers and the Flyers are tied up at 3-3. Game 7 will be tonight at 7 o'clock. And the San Jose Sharks out west and the LA Kings, they're tied up 3-3. They'll play tonight at 10 o'clock. And the Minnesota Wild and the Colorado Avalanche are also tied up at 3-3. And they'll play tonight to see who moves on to the next round. Out west, I think it will probably be the Blackhawks to move on to the Stanley Cup. And in the East, I don't think there's any question it's going to be the Boston Bruins. They're going to run right through the Canadiens, I believe. Probably run right through the whole Stanley Cup final if everyone stays healthy. They haven't even been healthy this playoff, and they beat what most people would say is the best team besides themselves in the East in Detroit. Some might argue Pittsburgh, but with Fleury being the goaltender, not being too clutch, a lot of people wouldn't agree with that. So, like I said, they beat the Red Wings 4-1. Hockey is one of those sports anybody can win, so you never know. But my prediction is Boston's going to pull it off. And so my final predictions are Boston's going to move on. They'll beat the Canadiens. Pittsburgh obviously has already moved on. They'll play the Flyers. Flyers will win tonight. They'll beat the Flyers. Pittsburgh. LA will win tonight against the Sharks. They'll beat the Ducks in the next round. The Blackhawks will face the Avalanche. The Blackhawks will move on to the next round. And we'll see how I did next week. So that's it for this week. Thanks for listening. Leave you with a little, let's see what we got here. Leave you with a little Dancing in the Moonlight.